if you were missing gasket, I was seeing how close the gasket's sitting to the body of the car, and it's pretty anywhere, so I'm not sure. I think it's the seam sealer. And I think it's the trunk plug, because seam sealer is just done so badly that, yeah, it's leaking everywhere. Mainly the left side, a little bit on the right side, but really on the left side. Coffee, fuck yes. We got one on the head counter. Who we got? B y'all. Broke Daddy. How you doing, Broke Daddy? Sorry I missed your podcast last night, man. I saw you had the first one. I went to go hit it, and it said it had been removed by the user, and then I never got a notification for the second one, man. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. He says, man, it was dick. Yeah, I saw that. So you at some point you were like, yeah, we got like 2 users in here. I hate it when it's like that. Oost J5 says hello. What up, Oost J5? Broke Dad says got my final estimate today. It was $800 less than original. Did you go to like 2 companies, like 2 shops or something? How does that work? They gave you like a pre-estimate, then they gave you an estimate. Old School says, yo, same here. What up, Shades? Broke Daddy. What up, Old School? How the fuck you doing, man? Broke Dad says they reevaluated replacing the hatch. Oh, so they're not going to replace the hatch now. What a bunch of dicks. Broke Dad says, so overall, I'm going to spend around $1,200 for everything, which isn't too bad. Yeah, it's not bad. Not too bad for a full respray and rust removal. Yeah, dude, that's going to be nice. And if I don't get this water leak in the trunk, the back of the hatch area, I'm going to be right behind you in that rust removal thing. For real, though. Broke Dead, Sarah read that. Old School says, chilling, you? Man, fucking just woke up, man. I'm not even gonna lie. My alarm went off at like 9 this morning. I was like, fuck you, snooze. And woke up at like 3:30. So I've been up for like an hour. So I made my coffee. I went outside to go take the taillights out because it's not raining yet. It looks like it's gonna rain. I was thinking of even pulling it in the garage for a bit because I have until 6 or 7 to get it out of the garage. Right. So fucking go to the trunk. There's a good amount of water in the spare tire well, but then the left side of the car was like flooded. I'm talking like at least an inch of water all along the side in that seam, dude. I don't think it's the taillight gasket because there's no water trail coming from the taillight gasket areas, the holes. There's no the material, the foam's not wet or anything. So like I'm pretty sure it's just the trunk plug and the shitty lack of real seam sealer, if that makes sense. Because the taillight stuff's not, I don't understand. I mean, I'll probably replace the taillight gaskets too, just to be sure, but that seam sealer, man, I'm telling you, whoever put that car together is a fucking asshole. Broke Dad said, also bought a spoiler, so ha ha ha, you win. Woo! Oh, sorry. My bad. I love winning because I take so many L's. Yeah, it's nothing against the wingless look. I think some cars look really good wingless, or even like little teeny like chin spoilers and stuff like that. But I think the Type R deserves it. Old School says, yeah, that bitch needs the spoiler. It's a Type R, bro. Broke Dad says, yeah, I just went for it. HMO had some. Who's J5 says, in your opinion, what's the best car company? Depends what you're going for, you know? Depends what you're going for. But me personally, I'm a Honda guy. Acura, Honda, same thing. Some of these other guys, Honda, Acura. I know Broke Dad likes his Mazda 6. He's had some other cars. He's had a shit. You've had a Toyota MR2, Spider. You've had, dude. Whatever happened to that car, man? I totally negate the fact that that car ever existed. Like you had it for so little time. Like I'm like, didn't he have a Spider or something? Then it was gone. Funny thing is, Broke Dad, when I was a teenager, like 13 or 14, I was thinking about Integras. And then I was looking, I saw an MR2 Spider. I didn't know anything about cars. I used to like those cars. I'm not even joking. I was like, dude, I can get an MR2 Spider fully loaded for like 23,000. Just dreaming. Just thought it was a cool looking car. I don't know why. Old School says spray some Flex Seal off and that. Oh, dude, we're gonna get the real deal automotive. We're gonna seam seal that shit. Put Flex Sealer on top of it. Just hi, Billy Mays here with Flex Seal. We're gonna spray it all over the trunk. There's not gonna be one water droplet. We're gonna be welding metal to plug those holes. Like we're going legit OG body man shit. Broke Dad says sold it to some old dude here in town. Booyah. Let's see. Old School says I also have my little hatchback Mazda GLC. Booyah. Yeah, honestly, Acura is the only car I've ever owned. You know, 2 for 2. Acura RSX, Acura RSX. And you know, I've driven other cars. Pontiac sucks. I'm gonna be straight up honest. Pontiac does not make a good car. If you see my pop's Trans Am WS6, sure, it's fast, but man, does it age well? Fuck no. Dashboard's all cracked. The pop-up headlights, the motors go bad in them, or not even the motor. The motor still works, but the it's like the return plastic ring gear or whatever. When the teeth get worn on it, you'll go to lock your car, so the headlights go up to down. When they come up to down, they come down, and then you just hear like literally that's all you, every time you lock your car, that's what you hear. So he religiously leaves his car unlocked. It's fucking ridiculous. And you know, stupid shit. Some pulley in his car, like the idler pulley, is like making all kinds of crazy shit. Old School says, yeah, that's what I mean. Some kind of sealant. LOL. Just said Flex Seal for reference. Gotcha. I thought you were going Chris Millington on me for a second. Just like, hi, Billy Mays here with the amazing all-new Flex Seal. It will not let any water get in your car. You will never get Facebook like Shades Way's trunk hatch. 2 inches of water? Cut out the equation. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, coffee's so good. While I was in the car, I realized something. Hey, this has been in my glove box for like, I don't know, past couple weeks. Haven't been uploading any footage. True story. Haven't been filming. Loose J5 says those cars that you're talking about is not even here in Europe. No, they were. They're called see, Acura RSX in Europe or Japan or Australia. They don't have Acura. Acura isn't a United States only thing. It's the American division of Honda, basically, the luxury brand. So if you're looking for the car I have, basically, the equivalent would be a Honda Integra Type R dc5. True story. Old School says, nah, LOL. I'm surprised that man doesn't come through anymore. So to recap you guys on last night. Last night was pretty wild style. Iceman, return subscriber. We have reconciled. And we've gotten some wins on Fortnite. I know you guys don't want to hear about Fortnite. I'm not gonna. It's not really about Fortnite. So him and Eric's cousins, like, just not even gonna get into it really. But his cousin sucks. His cousin's a dick, right? Runs his mouth. He's a youngster. You know how the youngsters are, egomaniacs. So this man and Iceman get into choice words, and they're like, "Fuck yeah, it's time for 1v1 playgrounds. Like, I'll smoke you, bitch." So literally, we're in playgrounds, and usually how it works in playgrounds is it's a 1 versus 1 like build off battle. You're both on the ground. You both start building up ramps to see who the fuck can build faster and kill the other person. Pretty simple equation. And this is how the pros do it. You know, if like you look at Ninja or these other people go in playgrounds, you're on the ground, you build up ramps and forts and shit on the ground, you know, and that's that. So Eric's cousin just thought it would be the best idea to grab jetpacks because they added jetpacks and get a guided missile and an RPG. And dude, it was fucking ridiculous. We're like, dude, no jetpacks. Like, that's some fucking pussy shit, basically. Like, he's not using a jetpack. You're using a jetpack. It's so stupid. This kid wouldn't take off the jetpack, and oh my god, it was ridiculous. Then he started running his mouth at me, and yeah, it's just ridiculous. True story. Old school says kissed and made up or broke up already. No. I'm saying this is between Iceman and Eric's cousin. Me and Iceman are cool. I was like the Don King last night. I was like, fuck him up, Jay. So anyways, it was unfair. It was unfair. You know, it's like almost like if somebody was allowed to take steroids before the fight and somebody didn't take steroids. That's kind of like what it's like. And even at that, Jay got 7 kills on this kid. And fucking, you know, Eric's cousin got like 9. Okay, with steroids, basically. So I think Jay did really fucking good considering it was fucking bullshit to begin with. This kid's like, all he uses is an RPG and a jetpack. And Jay's using machine guns and like real guns and fucking not using a jetpack, actually building. Old school says Don King. Exactly. Exactly, man. But yeah, we were like, dude, get on the ground, 1v1 build off battle right now. And he's like, no, fuck that. I'll keep my jetpack on. 15-year-olds, man, they're just annoying. This is why grown folks don't hang out. They don't recongregate with fucking 15-year-olds. True fucking story. J5 says Fortnite players are crazy. Fact. Dead ass facts. That's right. They are, man. They're wild style. I'll just put it to you this way. I'd take Jay over Eric's cousin any day. I've gotten more dubs with Jay. I've never gotten a dub with Eric's cousin. He's a selfish player, you know? That's enough Fortnite talk. Just to give you all a recap. Shit was popping off last night. Thought I was going to have to smack somebody. But yeah, I think tomorrow, I got my package from Christian coming tomorrow. Good old Honda Vlogs. Getting my K-Tune shifter, spoon steering wheel, spoon hub, spoon thermostat, spoons in a drawer. No forks. We're not allowed to have forks. But yeah, I'm really glad I dodged a bullet on that Works Bell hub. I don't know if it applies to what's going on here? Whatever. Like, I don't know if it applies to the dc5 platform. I'm assuming so. You know, like dc2, dc5, very similar, but you know, they have different nuances, different quirks and stuff. But yeah, I'm surprised Works Bell, man. A lot of people go with the Works Bell hub, but I don't know. That's really fucking weird. It sucks. Broke Dad says, seriously, glad you went with spoon. Fits perfectly. Stick with it. Never had issues before, but this was dumb. Yeah, I just figured. I mean, I looked at the Works Bell Hub, and it was like, it was definitely cheaper. It was like, what, 89 or $100 or something. And then obviously the spoon one's like 130 or 140. I was like, dude, I was like, it's probably going to be the only or not quick release, but hub and aftermarket wheel I'm probably ever going to buy. I was like, I might as well just splurge just a little bit because I'm buying a fucking K20A. I'm getting, red Recaras. I'm splurging in other areas. I mean, steering geometry and like feeling of the steering wheel, it's something you definitely don't want to skimp out on. And not even saying Works Bell's skimping out, but like if you know that it's an inferior product, then it kind of is skimping out. But obviously you or I didn't know this. I just took a gamble and went with spoon because I'm getting a spoon wheel. I might as well match, It's like if you had spoon shoes and then you had Works Bell laces or some shit like that, I'm OCD like that, I don't know how to describe it. It's weird. Some products I want to match, like in the back of the car, I have the M&M Honda rear strut tower bar, and then the C pillar bar. I could have just like got another Megan Racing one like I had, which totally was fine. But I was like, I might as well get M&M Honda. They're right next to each other. It's gonna look weird if I have Megan Racing, M&M Honda, like down low. It's like, I don't know. I'm weird like that. It's not so much like like the catalog car syndrome, like you were talking about, where you want every single part from one brand. It's more just like certain areas if something's near something, you know what I mean? It's kind of like almost like in the engine bay, if you ran like a spoon reservoir on your brake booster reservoir, then down by the power steering reservoir, you ran like Momo or hybrid racing or K-tuned or something like that. It's like a pair. I don't know if that makes sense or not. But yeah, I think tomorrow go indoors to the shop, ye old shop, and seam seal the fuck out, man. I'm so sick of water in this trunk. I don't know what to do. It makes me like really worried that I'm investing so much money in a car that's leaking this way. Like, it's really weird to put into terms. I feel like we either got to fix it, and I'm sure we can fix it. We can stop the leaking and stuff like that, but I don't know. I feel like in a couple years it's gonna get really bad. There's gonna be a lot of like we find more shit wrong with it or something. Eric, what's up, man? I was just talking about your ho little cousin. I was recapping the people on last night's events. Not that this is really a Fortnite channel, but I was just explaining how I was basically like Don King last night, organizing a prize fight. How you doing, man? Eric says home. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. Were there any floods today, Eric? Did any mini malls get shut down? Eric says, got an 18 pack too. ... Nope. Oh yeah, Friday. Who's J5 says, is it just me here who is not a mod? I think I have like 5 or 6 moderators. So like out of the 200 and some change subscribers we have, I probably have less than 10 moderators. But all these people you see with the blue wrench, they're OGs, man. They're OG for a reason, I promise. Don't be offended. Maybe one day you'll get the blue wrench too. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if there'll be time. Oosh J5 says that's racist. What the fuck? I'm discriminating. You're not blue. The fuck? Eric says, That's right. Is it now? Here comes the racist wagon. Oh my God, coffee. Let's see. Old school says, "What up, Eric?" Beers. Nice man. What's up, dude? What's good? How the fuck you doing? Eric says, "What's up, old school?" Iceman says, "I'm so happy, bro. They raised my pay 1K every 2 weeks now. Dude, that's not bad. Is that like, okay, so you get paid commission, but then you get a flat, like, hourly rate for going in, right?" Eric says, "Jay, hey." Old school says, "Chillin', haha, you know." You know. Iceman says, "Yeah, that's the draw, the hourly plus commission." Okay, cool. Yeah, me and Eric were debating that last night when we were talking about car salesmen. We were like, dude, is he making like hourly plus commission, or is he just working for commission? Because if he was just working for commission, that would fucking suck. That would make you so nervous to sell cars. It's not even funny. Iceman says, "I made $9.95 off 6 cars I sold." Fuck yeah, that's not bad. Because think about it, if you sold 6 cars in a week, that's an extra $9.95 you made. So you made like 1,000 every 2 weeks. So you basically brought home like I guess you could equate it to, you made like $1,500 in a week. Broke Dad says, "What do you sell? I was about to be a Lexus salesman." Dude, Lachlan, I feel like you would be a good ass car salesman. You know so much about cars across the board, and like research up on shit, you know? That's probably why I would like your channel, man. You're pretty knowledgeable. And your demeanor, obviously. You give no fucks. Iceman says Nissan. Broke Dad says, "But went another direction." Iceman says, "Now they're going to let us sell new and used." Fuck yeah. Broke Dad says, "I would have raked that shit. I'm just a boring fuck." I I I beg to differ, man. It takes a lot for me to thoroughly watch someone's content, like every single video. And like, it's hard to put into words. Let's say you find a channel and you're like in love with that channel at first. You're like, dude, this is the shit. And then like months down the road, you're like, oh, they're going a different direction. You know what I mean? They're trying to get bigger. They start clickbaiting, or the content just goes a different direction. You know, that sucks. But like, I've been watching your channel for years, dude. Like literally, ever since the RSX content started popping up, and anything I would type up RSX or dc5 or type R this install, like seriously, you're an OG. Iceman says in 2 weeks, I should have about 2K. Broke Dad says, "Nice, Jay. Hey." Iceman says, "Because the 6 cars I sold, I don't get paid till the 15th. Oh, nice. So it just keeps tallying up. That's dope. J5 says, "What Nissan let you sell used cars? How?" Broke Dad says, "Just keep grinding." Broke Dad, we need your. I mean, I've told him to get it. He's found this Desert Silver Metallic 02 to I mean 02 to 04 RSX Type S. He's talked the guy down to $500. It needs a trunk hatch, it needs a knock sensor, it needs a PCV valve, it needs a valve cover gasket, and a couple little other things. I'm telling this man Jay Hay to buy it, but his friends are trying to tell him it's too much work. It's not too much work. You're never gonna find a fucking running with a motor in it and not rusted the fuck out dc5 for $500. The dude was originally asking like 1,500. Then Jay talked him down to $1,000, and then he went to go see the car. And then he was like, "Dude, I could give you like $500 or $600." Dude said $500. It's got a salvage title, but a salvage title can be brought back to a rebuilt title if you do the work and fix everything. go back to the DMV with the salvage title, they can reinstate it as a rebuilt title. Because if I would have had a salvage title for Stacy, I would have kept her, you know? Iceman says, Brooke Dad says, well, it's still $500. Iceman says, salvage 3 accidents. Eric says, time to crack open that 18 pack. Do it. Broke Dad says, make it a fun track car. Yeah, I think he's trying to make it a daily driver and trackable probably. But salvage title can get reinstated to a rebuilt title, and you can drive it on public roads. Old School says $5 is a fat ass come up, son. Shit, I'd be all over that shit. Yeah, I would buy it right now if I wouldn't have bought this blueberry that's got a leak in it. This juicy blueberry. Iceman says, I want to street race it, laughing my ass off. Broke Dad says, don't street race, don't be gay. Eric says, laughing my ass off, broke. Iceman says, I think I will. Street racing's fun, but it's like, to a degree, it's not worth it, you know? Just get on the track. And you don't got to worry about cops, man. Because, dude, fucking 13 years ago, you could do all the crazy shit you want. Maybe I was just younger and stupid, but there weren't that many cops out. And nowadays, dude, cops are around every corner. Just you're waiting to get points on your license or lose your license for going like 40 over or some shit. Get arrested, have to get a $2,000 lawyer, this and that. And that could have been like $2,000 to win your car. You could just take it on the track every weekend or some shit. That's the way to do it. Go legit. Be like Hector, man. Get on that Naira circuit. Berg Dad says if you need to wait. Iceman says the reason I didn't, bro, was because I helped my mom pay bills. That's why I didn't buy it. Plus the guy, he's in the Navy. His dad will be the one handing me the title on the car over. Booyah. Yeah, I'm sure with the salvage title, that's why it's so cheap. But don't let that discourage you. Salvage title ain't a non-repairable title. If it was non-repairable, that's a car that's only good for parts. That would be a death sentence. You wouldn't want to do that. But if it's salvage, that's like if you went to a Copart yard, all salvage title cars in a junkyard, you can bring those back to life, you know? And if all it needs is a hatch and a knock sensor and a valve cover gasket, I mean, and a fucking PCV valve, those are parts that are all less than $100. And O2 sensors, like, he needs a primary and a secondary O2 sensor. That's the most expensive thing he has to get. It's not even that big of a deal. Iceman says, wonder if my insurance will let me insure it after its rebuilt title. Like, what you need to do is buy the car, get the fucking salvage title, basically go to the DMV and ask them, or you could go before, ask them what qualifications does a salvage title need to be reinstated as a rebuilt title, a car you can drive and insure. And, you know, usually it's about the amount of work the car needs. Like, let's say it's body damage or it's this or it's that. Let's say you bought the car for $500. Basically, you'd have to put about $700 to $1,000 of work into it because it goes off the value. They say if the damage is like, you know, 128% or whatever, more, if you've spent 128% of the Kelley Blue Book value of the car and rebuilt the car, then that qualifies for getting rebuilt. You did the work, you know? Old School says, fuck Hector and his last name he can't pronounce. Eric Stein laughing. Iceman says, the mechanic here at Nissan said the O2 sensors, buy them from Acura, get OEM ones. I mean, you could get OEM ones, but they're going to tax you the fuck out. I'm running O'Reilly O2 sensors as we speak. Totally fine. They're not bad. It's like Bosch or whatever. It's as long as they're not counterfeit, you know. As long as they're not counterfeit. Don't buy them off Amazon. That's all I got to say. Old School says OEM would be best. Broke Dead says Rock Auto because it's a fucking rock. We're going to have to send the Rock to beat him up. Iceman says, I might, brah. Do it. You won't regret it, dude. $500, dude. If it came down to you couldn't do something with it, let's say you buy it and something changed, you run out of money or you're trying to spend your money elsewhere, park the car out, dude. Sell the fucking mirrors, sell the side skirts, sell the fenders, sell the hood, sell the fucking whatever. The interior, the cluster, the fucking dashboard, the fucking seats, the fucking back seats, the fucking everything, the headliner, the lights, the dome and map lights. I could keep rattling on just saying every part in the car, but you get my drift. You get my Tokyo drift. Old School says Rock Auto got good parts and cheap too, price wise. Yeah, definitely. My pop told me yesterday evening when I was going down to get some coffee, I was like saying about the trunk and we need to address the seam sealer and all that stuff. And he was like, yeah, we can do that. A. Cash says, how'd you get your Type R shift boot? Did you have to get a center console? I got it from ICB Motorsport out in Chandler, Arizona. You have to buy, you can't just buy the leather red, black and red stitching, like actual leather piece. You have to buy the whole console. It costs you about $150 unless you want to try to find a used one, but it's used, so it might not be up to your par. But buy that, take the plastic ring off of it, undo the staples, and transfer it to your Type S, shifter piece, like the console piece, the top of it, the panel. And hey, thanks for checking out the channel, A. Cash. Eric says it's a long process, though. It's not that bad. If you have a pair of pliers and you're diligent, it's not that bad. If you're just like, I don't know, taking out the staples, have you ever taken out staples before? It's not going to be that bad, but I don't know. Some people, it might be annoying. We're all different people. We all got different, ways we work. I used a pair of pliers. I got it out and I got the staples out of the original one in 30 minutes maybe. And then putting the other ones in was 10, 15 minutes. So it's it'll probably take you an hour total to get it swapped over, I'd say, to get it done right. Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, using an office stapler, definitely not the best way to do it. But if you don't have a real staple gun, might not hurt to get a staple gun, Or maybe I did use an office stapler. I can't remember. I'd have to check the underside of it, see what kind of staples are in it. But if you're using an office stapler, it's kind of a bitch. But back to what I was saying, I went downstairs to tell my pop about, hey, let's go over to the fucking shop Saturday, get some fresh, scrape all this bullshit, tub filler off, and let's get some metal and weld this shit and plug the holes and all that. And then he throws it out there. He's like, oh, yeah, still got to order that water pump. I'm like, God damn it, just get it here. He's like, it'll only take a day or two. I'm like, okay, fair enough. He was basically saying yeah, I didn't know if you needed it or if you're just we might need one. I was like, no, we're going to need one. I was like, you definitely want to. Eric says the staples sucked the most. The staples suck the most. I reused the OEM ones. I just bent them back. Yeah, I don't know how you did that. Usually when you bend staples back, they snap off, But yeah, to answer your question, Cash, ICB Motorsport. ICB Motors. They usually always have them. Eric says, very carefully, Mr. Hamolka. Stop bending my staples, my OEM staples. But yeah, tomorrow will be exciting nonetheless. Got the K-Tune shifter coming. I cannot wait to see that. It's going to be orgasmic. It's going to be like Carbonerville. I'm gonna hold the spoon wheel just like up here, like we're playing a driving simulator, and be like, I'll be losing my shit over here. It's gonna make me want to install all of it before. Like, I feel like I should wait to install those like till we got the motor in and we got everything buttoned up really good. Then add all that shit like when we got the red carpet in, the red back seats, the Recaros get here, and all that shit. And we get all that shit put in, and literally just like slapping the K-Tune shifter, slapping the spoon wheel and the spoon hub, and man, just gonna tie the room together. Gonna be losing my shit over here. Going to be losing my shit. Old School says, yeah, I want to see the shifter too. LOL. Exactly. I've already decided that if anything happens to this car, like somebody runs into it, I'm getting an EK9. If anything happens to this dc5, we're moving to a different platform. I'm tired of working on dc5s, man. I'm not even going to lie. It's time for a K-swapped EK9. Old School says steering in one hand, shifting in the other. That's right. That is right. Man, but this battery is just like completely dead. This thing's been sitting in my glove box for weeks. I don't remember the last time we filmed with our GoPro. Let's see. Put this bitch on the charger. Then that. Plug in this. Yeah, they both need charging. Charge them now. What the fuck else was I about to do? Let's see what's on the card. I don't even remember what I had on my card. Yeah. And one more time for the kids at home. Yeah. Justin's here. Justin has returned, people. Everyone guard your wallets and your behinds. What's up, Justin? Eric says Justin. I don't even know what the hell this is. It's the last thing I filmed on my GoPro.
What's good, YouTube? So today we're gonna hopefully get K-Pro working. Better immobilize it back from the other car because that didn't work. So now what we're doing is we're gonna swap out the lock assembly, the ignition cylinders. And I thought you were gonna have to take the whole airbag and steering wheel off. Not the case. So back here,
This is painful to watch.
you know,
I had so much hope. There's a glimmer of hope in my eyes. Like, I'm getting K-Pro working. Not the case.
Just 2 shear bolts, 8mm hex shear bolts that snap off the hexes and just become a rivet, basically. So you take your punch, instead of today. I know it takes Chris Motive's channel to with it. I totally think it's a bitchin' setup, and you know, if I had that kind of money over the time I've had in my car, I mean, I had probably like almost 10 in mine. Mine was all motor. His is all motor as well.
Yeah, so basically, I don't need any of this footage. All right, where are we at? Old School says, Trouser, what up? About to give you a timeout as a welcoming gift. Eric's laughing. Justin's laughing. Eric says, Justin, go buy a PS4. Wing King, what up, man? Justin says, found 2 water leaks in the Odyssey. Now I almost know how you feel. Justin says, someday, Eric. Wayne King says, oh snap, the king of snatch pockets is back. Old School says, yo, Wing King in the house, what up? Justin says, can't believe you made up with Jay Hay. Well, he kind of sneak attacked me. He snuck in, and I thought he was another person, this guy that keeps asking about the TPS sensor, another Jason. So then literally he's like, yo, I saw your thing on Instagram, like you got a new dc5, and like, I'm getting a dc5 soon. I was like, we all like dc5s. I don't know. Fuck Fortnite. Fortnite turning people against each other. It's kind of silly. Because like clearly, even though like I banished him, he was still supporting my channel, watching my shit. So like it kind of made me feel bad. I was like, this dude's still following me on Instagram. He's still watching the build. What the fuck? I was like, that's kind of weird. I was like, maybe time for a second chance. I don't know. It's hard to put into words. Old School says kissing and making up over here, Shades. That's right. That's right. Justin says, yeah, he didn't abandon you. That's OG. It is. Justin says, I sent you a picture of where I'm at. Did you? This is why I love that's why I love having Instagram with no notifications. So like I have to go search for shit. Ah. Ah. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it or not. Fuck, I wish I could. Okay, there we go. Look where Justin is. Oh, come on, please focus. This is very difficult. I have to zoom in and hold my thumb on this shit. Get on there. And this thing's fucking dickhead. Here it goes. Turn my screen brightness down. I think that's what it is. Man, I hate Instagram. Why can't you zoom in? You have to play fucking. I will beat your ass. Please focus, for the love of God. Oh my God, I hate there you go. Justin's in intercourse. Welcome to intercourse. Can I take your order? Justin said, I snapped that as I was passing by. Wing King says, oh no, he's at your front door. That'd be brave. Then I open up the door and send out the Jack Russell Terrier, the attack dog. She'd be like, get him, snatch pockets. He's got wedge beavers. Justin says, I bought a shirt that says, I love intercourse, Pennsylvania. Oh boy. I wonder if I have the Honda parts department reaction after. I think I do.
What the hell that's about? Oh, fucked up. But Could you go? I'm trying to, dude. Yeah, now he wants to go, great.
Genius.
Fucking stupid. You know why? They're like, we're trying to go.
A little road rage.
We'll drive like fucking idiots. They make me drive like a fucking idiot. I'm blocking the road. Everyone's looking at me like I'm dumb. Which I am. I shouldn't have done that, but it's a big open road, a cul-de-sac. Well, not cul-de-sac. I could make a U-turn. So fucking stupid.
Yeah, that sucks. So I didn't get the Honda parts department reaction after I got my shear bolts. I was raging, dude. I was like, dude, I'd like to smack the shit out of that kid. Let's see. Excuse me. Old school says laugh my ass off. Only Justin can come through with some shit like that. Eric says, yep. Justin says that's right. Funny thing is, it's an Amish community. Old school says, now that's some funny shit. Haha, Amish. Eric says, them closet hiding motherfuckers. Justin says, laugh my ass off. Wing King says, is that my car? I don't know. You want to buy it? $4,000, dude. Sell it to you. That's right. Justin says, how's the SI wing? Hopefully it's leaking less water in the trunk than my dc5 because I'm gonna need some seam sealer, gonna need some metal, a welder, fucking exorcist. I just don't get it, man. Like, the car had to get hit in the rear. I think it got, at some point, it definitely got hit in the rear, and they probably didn't report it to the insurance because they said that there was one minor accident in the front. Justin says, were you on Broke Dad's stream last night? I wasn't, man. I didn't get a notification. Wing King says, good, about to be gone to a new home. Dude, I wish I had the money to buy it, dude. I'd love to buy it. Have a second blue car so I can just have two blue cars right next to each other. Wing King says, who, me? Justin says, what, really? Really? Really, really, really? Move to the trash. Wait, can I not delete these? Are you serious? Are you shitting me? Take these motherfuckers and put them in the trash. Oh, wow. You can't, you have to delete it on the camera. You can't even delete it off the, man, that is some buster shit. Buster shit. Buster shit. Let's see. Eric says, oh, Justin, I parked my RSX, took over the FB6, and bought a 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude. Justin says, what are you replacing it with? Wing King says they will get all the parts in Flash Pro. Getting something new. Justin says, Eric. Wing King says, not sure, I will reveal soon. Justin says, is Wing King getting an FK8? I sure hope not. Because, well, I mean, it's up to him. I think for the money, for the price range, you're going to have to spend another $10,000 to get it proper, you know? You'd be better off buying, like, a new SI or something like that. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. We all got different opinions, you know? But I think a lot of the newer Hondas, they're losing the soul. They're losing the vibe. But hey, at least they probably don't have water leaks in the trunk. Am I right? Wing King says no soul like Apple products. Fuck you. Cell phone. Hey, I got the best rebuttal for that, Wing. I didn't have to trick my Pioneer unit into thinking the parking brakes on to get Apple CarPlay to work. Oh, drops the mic. But see, I had to buy a triple bypass pulse module to even get Android Auto to work. Like, that is fucking stupid. The fuck is going on? What is this? Dude, if you do not delete this email, Jesus Christ. I feel like Hillary Clinton over here trying to delete my emails. Wing King says, yeah, right. Dude, how stupid is that, though? Android Auto, totally fine product, but you have to trick it into thinking the parking brakes on to even use it. Whole thing with Android Auto is it's good for navigation. It's good for consolidating all your apps and blah, 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 blah. But then you have to trick it into thinking the parking brakes on. That's pretty stupid. Wayne King says, "You hear that new Coltrane album?" No, I haven't, because I didn't even know he's putting out albums because he's dead. What's his new album called, Wing? Is this some shit from like the archives? Justin said Honda is bringing back the Passport. Not interested. They're bringing it back as the same little SUV. Why can't they focus on performance cars with soul instead of keeping up with fucking SUVs? The first Honda wasn't a CRV. It's because it's about what sells. Everybody and their fucking mom has a van, an SUV, or a truck, or some kind of hybrid car or something like that. You know, nobody cares about performance anymore. They just care about good gas mileage, comfort, and how many fucking retards they can cram into a car. You know what I mean? Not trying to be mean to anybody that has a lot of people in their family, but when I get in my car, I think about me, myself, and I, De La Soul style. I should just take all my seats out. Just like, this is the De La Soul car. Ooh. Wing King says it's an album of lost and unreleased songs. What's it called? So I can check it out. Because I'm a Coltrane junkie, man. Seems like you delete one email and then you get another one in 2 seconds. PlayStation Store, I don't want anything to do with you. I'm irritable. Wing King says both directions at once. Dude, that's the perfect way to sum up jazz. Seriously. Both directions at once. I like that. That's some OG shit right there. Old School says, how many retards can you cram in, dude? I'm fucking rolling over here. Damn it, son. Damn it, boy. I mean, it's true, though, man. Like, it's all about just like, oh, I can fit 8 people in here. I can fit 6 people and have cargo room. It's like, how many people do you really need to fit into a car? I mean, if you need that many people in a car, why don't you just rent a fucking bus? Like, imagine, like, in the future, like 25 years from now, like there's families are a minimum of 10 children. And then we just see a bunch of like short buses driving around, like literally. And I'm not talking mental handicap short bus. I'm saying like they start buying short buses just as a new form of car, and they're hybrid. They run on vegetable oil, and you know, that's like a normal outing. It's just like, oh, let's get our 14 children in here, and we got Susie and Bobby and Johnny Jr. and just fucking 14 children at all times. Like, could you imagine standing in line? Yeah, excursions, that would probably work too. Just like a stretch limo version of the excursion. Justin says Trousers minivan service has a rental available. Old School says, how many cup holders does it come with? And USB chargers. That's what they worry about. Pretty much. I mean, I think the RSX, for being a 4-passenger car, it's pretty, and it's a fucking 02 to 04. Comes with 2 cigarette lighter charger ports. Comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cup holders. You know what I mean? You only have 4 passengers, but you have 5 cup holders. Like, what the fuck's that about? Pretty much. George is here. What up, George? Hey, guys. Justin says, hey, George. Old School says, what up, George? How's it hanging? Eric says, sup, George. Justin says, how many cup holders you got? I got 15. Seriously, though. Wing King says, I need heated cup holders. What, are you trying to melt your ice? I guess it'd work for coffee. And speaking of, need some. BRB. And I'm back with the donut. It's a J Dilla kind of day. Ah! 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 I feel like I'm on fire. Oh my god, that's the best thing to come back to. Literally just looking at Justin's been timed out for 5 minutes. Oh my god. What happened? What did I miss? Long strung into the last piece, going to get some grub. What Justin say? 2 cup holders for each hooker. Oh my god. Wait, so that's 15. That's would you have half a hooker in there because you cut her up? Justin says, I'm assuming all of you saw Doug DeMura's video. I'm not even going to watch it. I can't stand that guy. George says, it's fucking Friday. You ain't got no job. And you ain't got shit to do. Dude, that movie came on 2 nights ago. I watched it. Watched Debo beat some people's ass over beach cruisers. That's my grandmama's chain. My grandmama gave me that chain. Justin says, I think it's a record. I've been here 10 minutes without being timed out. And then you got timed out. Spoke too soon. Eric says, Justin, you know you fucked up, right? Old School says, welcome back, Justin. It's all good. That's the best thing to come back to. Just like, literally, Justin's been timed out for 5 minutes. I wonder what happened. Oh, my God. Ooh. Woo-hoo. That's all I got to say. Woo-hoo. So what else did I miss? Is that all I missed? Justin getting timed out. Talking about 2 cup holders for each hooker. Eric says, what to do, what to do. What do you mean? Now that Justin's been timed out? Or are you trying to play some Fortnite? One of the two. I'm down to play some Fortnite, but I'm not playing with Lil White. That White, whatever the fuck his name is. Not doing it. I repeat, never playing with him again. So pseudo James Bond riding around on his jetpack with his rocket launcher ass. Running his mouth ass. Tricking ass, bitch ass. Old School says he spoke too soon. Eric says, okay, I don't give a shit. Yeah, it's like a weird, I don't know how to describe it. I know he's your cousin. I ain't trying to offend you or nothing. Me and Jay were talking about this last night. It's like we're trying to show you respect because, you know, we don't want to offend you because it is someone in your family. God damn, that motherfucker's annoying. It comes back to when I first met him and I was like, he's like, why's he got me muted? I'm like, tell him I don't even like my own cousin. It's pretty much what it comes down to. Scotty Kilmer, here's what I think about jacking off your car.
This is your brain where you enjoy a sweet night's sleep on a nectar mattress.
God, this is why you can't use Google Chrome.
Rev up your engines.
Rev up your engines.
WEI is the awesome. What's your opinion on a BMW 318i 2001, 143 horsepower? What experience do you have with them? I'm thinking about buying one soon. Thank you. Okay, well, if you believe my advice and you think you know what I know what I'm talking about, don't buy that car. They're endless money pits. All BMWs are. On the other hand, if it's cheap enough,
that'll
and
be
you
all.
want a
Thank
toy,
you. Scotty Gilmore, man. Can't stand him. Can't stand him. Let's see. Eric says LOL. Old school says never. Never, ever, ever, ever. Eric's laughing. George says, you have shades. Did you watch the nice ones? I did. The drag strip at the airport thing. Or closed down airport or whatever the fuck. Pretty dope. Iceman says, I'm back. I was doing a little homework on some cars. Studying up, man. Getting that knowledge. Old school says annoying as fuck, that motherfucker's voice. Cam says, hey guys. What up, Cam? George says that dude's holding another one. Even. Hold on, I can't understand. George says that dude's hold another even this month. Another event this month. Haha, there we go. Typo Master Shades Wade. Cam says, question, timing chain guides, are you replacing? Probably shouldn't have to, honestly. What do you think? Not too sure on that. That's a good question. I don't think I would have to, honestly. Because it's more the tensioner that's the pitfall. And just upgrading the chains just for, peace of mind, basically. Cam says guides do wear. Well, if we'll see, we'll get them inspected and see if they're worn. If they're not worn, no. If they are, yes. George says if you're in there, do it. They're cheap. Yeah, it's just my budget is tapped out. Like, honestly, if they're really worn, obviously, yeah, we can splurge however much money to get some new timing chain guides. But honestly, I don't think they're going to be that worn. I mean, you got to think this motor, it's K20A's got, they say 30 to 70,000 miles on it. So, like, that's really not that many miles unless something was catastrophic, and then it wouldn't have good compression. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get John to check everything out, put everything together, put it to the test. Fuck they bitch. Because if anything's wrong with it, I'll send it right back to JSpec. I'll be like, give me a fucking proper K20A. Old school says, yeah, he's right, dude. You should replace. Didn't even think about that. Well, see, if it's not worn, there's no problem with it. If it's worn, then I would wholeheartedly agree with you. But we'll get John to check it. John does this for a living. I mean, 25 years of Honda motor experience, transmission experience, building race cars experience. I'll ask him. I'll be like, hey, check out the guides, see if they're worn. Let me know. And if they're worn, like, he's seen shit that's like catastrophic before. Iceman says, if I get the DC5, what would be the first thing to do? New tires and brakes. Definitely new tires because there's cord showing. Do that first. Even if you just get some used tires, 40 or 50 bucks a pop. Spend like 200 bucks on some used tires that aren't showing cord. Do that. New brakes would be a good investment. I'd say get the knock sensor. I would say get the PCV valve and get the valve cover gasket. Get all the little shit, the O2 sensors. Old school says, because K's are actual chain. Yeah, it's not a belt. Well, I'll put it to you this way. I've had a timing chain snap. And even at that, I didn't have to replace the timing chain guides. Like you would think a timing chain snapping, something would rub or corrode or, inflict harm on the guide. Guides were fine. Old school says gaskets, brakes, fluids, belts, O2 sensors. That's right. Like, I would have thought the first thing I would need is obviously new timing chain, new tensioner, and new timing chain guides, but we just needed tensioner and timing chain basically. And it did fuck up a couple of valves, but Iceman says PCV valve is $5 at AutoZone. Is that a good one? Dude, it's a barb. It doesn't matter. As long as it's metal. Literally, it's something you screw in. And it's just a fucking little, like, 12/18 barb or whatever size it is. Iceman says, you know I'm not good with car stuff. Yeah, well, the reason the PCV valve fucks up is because, like, it gets clogged, or it gets, like, the little mechanism inside, you know, the flow gets clogged up. That's why it's such a cheap part. It's literally just a little, like, barb. That's it. Like the one I got in my car before I did the catch can thing, it was like $12 or something like that from O'Reilly. Probably not even. It's probably like $8. George says it's just a spring and a stopper, so it's cheap. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wasn't going to say a ball bearing, but it's a spring, isn't it? Oh, my God, coffee. Give me a bite of this donut. Donut. Oh my goodness. But yeah, guys, I think I've summed up everything updates wise. You know, the trunk leak, it's definitely the seam sealer, you know, we got to do that. Doesn't seem to be solely the taillight gaskets. And I'm still going to replace the taillight gaskets just to be extra sure, but it's definitely those gum plug holes I showed you in the video or the stream. And it's definitely the seam sealer and the spare tire well plug with all that shitty ass yeah, it's like tub filler or something, I swear. Let's see. Cam says first mod Iceman engine mounts or mount inserts. Yeah, dude, you could even just like skimp out and get the energy suspension motor mount inserts. They make a ton of difference. You could get Hasport mounts or Innovative or something like that and spend more money, but even with a broken motor mount, a worn motor mount, you can get these energy suspension bushings. And dude, they're awesome. It's like $47. You really can't go wrong. Iceman says Fortnite later tonight. Shit, I was thinking about getting on like right now. The stream's about to end. We've already gone an hour. We've already gone an hour. George says the new, used, and abused there at Spoon and Type 1 in Japan. Excuse me. Iceman says, shit, I'm working. I wish. Well, do your thing, and I guess hit us up when you get off. BR. But yeah, guys, closing up shop here. I guess we'll have an unboxing tomorrow. I'll probably try to film some of the seam sealing shit tomorrow. Try to get some footage up. Show y'all an update. Hopefully get this leak stopped, etc., etc. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Hope everyone has a good weekend. Thanks for watching. BR. That's right, BR. And peace out.